third or final segment of the night, where you guys ask us any questions that you wish to ask us, and we'll go through and answer as many as we have time for, which I believe we're starting with Cold Spark. This question I don't think got in last time, even though it's from last week, and that is, what sports exist in the lands of D&D time?
A ball game.
Canonically. Why did I feel like that wasn't a word when I was saying it? Canonically, there is only one sport in the lands of D&D time, and it is ball game, which is a game that involves moving a ball into the scoring zone to score points. And that's the sport of D&D time. I think there have been, like, other times other sports have come up, but those are fake sports.
Sort of. Like, there have been stone giants with baseball hats, but they don't know. I mean, there's no proof they've ever played baseball or that baseball exists in the land of D&D time. They just have baseball caps. What's your favorite fruit drink?
My favorite fruit drink
after
is cranberry juice.
I am a orange. I'm an orange juice guy. I like orange juice.
It's a good pick. Orange juice is the one that I drink the most of.
So I mean, it's very good.
Maybe that is my favorite, but I feel like cranberry is the one that I get the most excited about. Melkara Darkwell asks, have you ever created a game within your game? For example, a game like poker, but something else for your players to play?
Absolutely.
Yeah, me as well.
I love doing that. I think whenever there's like a festival or something going on in world in a campaign I'm running, I try to create little mini games that the players can do. I mean, in the last campaign I ran, there was a dancing competition. There was a dancing contest in the evening, and it was actually really interesting because the two most dexterous, like, charismatic characters in the party very much butted heads with each other, but they also both really wanted to win the dancing competition, so they came together to dance to win the dancing competition, and it was very, very nice. But yeah, I love doing that kind of stuff. Very good.
I've done it too. I also recently did a game where I tried this in D&D time once, but there wasn't enough time for it. But I had a longer day basically to develop it, so it was pretty fun. Where I had the players basically playing Yu-Gi-Oh in Dungeons and Dragons, and that was an absolute blast. Blood Deuce, our final question of the night. How many of the serious, non-joke materials made on Fantasy Labs will become actual options for D&D time? How soon can we expect to see some of them implemented? That's a great question. This is something that we addressed on episode 1. We talked about right at the beginning, but it may have been missed, so I'm glad we get to reiterate it again here. The answer is not many, if any.
Yeah, our main goal for our design right now, is to create homebrew content for more serious games. You know, a lot of what we did previously, we designed around the very short-term nature of D&D time 1-hour sessions. And that's great, but there are some serious drawbacks with it.
Yeah, we want to make content that can be played outside of D&D time, in addition to being played in D&D time, if it ever is. And also, there is the issue of, we were getting to a point where we wanted to do a lot of design, but we didn't want to flood D&D time with just tons of things and make it overly complicated and have this huge pool of homebrew where there's like a lot of questions about, because even if we think something's balanced, there can always be things that you don't expect once it sees play. And we wanted to make content at a rate greater than building for D&D time would allow us.
Absolutely. Now, when it comes to like race options, I think it's a much, much better chance you'll see some of those be available in D&D time than necessarily our subclasses.
Additionally, I think I can say, and this is something we haven't discussed, Jeremy, and maybe we can, maybe I'm putting it out there more.
He's throwing something at me here.
So guys, get ready for this to get vetoed, which is, I like the idea of maybe over a period of time, you know, every once in a while we could see like which one of the things that we've made in the last large chunk of time would interest you guys in D&D time. And, you know, adding piecemeal occasionally a thing here or there. If there's something that you guys are like, no, this has to be in D&D time, I'm sure we can work with you on that.
Exactly. And, you know, we might see stuff like, for example, a Tinker Knight, right? A knight that creates their own armor, right? And can put neat little abilities and trinkets on it. That's really cool, but that's very whimsical, and that's very D&D time, where that really wouldn't fit for general 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, I think. And so maybe we'll do like events or something, right, where we do more of that.
Build a thing for D&D time again, as we kind of have done in the past, but for right now at least.
Yeah, at least the big broad subclass options probably won't be. Like, I mean, if we make something like really, really good, maybe. I don't know. Kind of depends.
But yeah, don't expect, like, for example, any of these bards that you've seen to show up in D&D time necessarily.
The Ranger variants. We'll talk about those. Pete and I will have to chat about them.
Yeah. We will see. And how soon can we expect some of them to be implemented? If ever not soon, is my answer there. Last question comes now from Redcap. Another one slid in. What is your name? What is your quest? And what is your favorite color? My name is Pete. My quest is to make high quality homebrew. And my favorite color is green.
You mean yellow?
My favorite color is green, Jeremy.
All right, he's gone. Pete's gone. I kicked him out.
I went Ernest.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you very much. I just turned your webcam off, Pete. You're gone. I killed you.
Oh, shit. Put me back. Okay.
You're back now. Welcome back.
Hi, everyone.
No, wait, yellow!
I'm here, and
okay, it's getting late.
I'm excited to say that I love you all very much, and thank you all very much for tuning into Fantasy Labs tonight. There was so much really good dialogue tonight, and I really appreciate you guys all taking a moment, and like, I really appreciate you sharing your thoughts on this stuff with us, because
there was a lot of really awesome discussion in the chat that I think, I mean, what it comes down to, right? Pete and I are two guys, we're two dudes. You know, we've had different experiences, but we have a limited scope of, like, you know, what we have experienced in the world and at the table in Dungeons and Dragons. And you all bring your own perspectives and your own thoughts into it. And that's incredibly important for what we're doing, you know, for trying to make content that is good, is better, right? Is what we want it to be.
Indeed. So again, thank you. And thank you to anyone who viewed and just hung out tonight. And I hope you guys had some fun, maybe learned something about design and homebrew in 5e. And y'all are the best.